Alright, how's everybody doing? This is the Comic Samurai. I want to welcome you to my next video, and tonight we're going to be doing another Let's Rank challenge. This is where we look at a run on a series and assign every cover a letter grade from A to F, and then pick our favorite and award it that special S tier ranking. And tonight we're going to be looking at 2004's Identity Crisis, put out by DC Comics. All of the covers that I have were done by Michael Turner, with interiors done by Rags Morales, written by Brad Meltzer. So let's go ahead and jump right in. First up, we got this issue number 1, and this Michael Turner image is one of my favorites. I love the symmetry of it, how it's divided down the middle, kind of a folding on top of itself image. You've got this casket here and these mourning superheroes. Now, this did feature the death of Sue Dibney, the wife of Ralph Dibney, the elongated man. This whole story is trying to track down and figure out who committed the murder. And it got into some crossing the lines of some superheroes and some adult issues that a lot of people were turned off by. But I loved this series. I really liked this new flavor injected into the DC mainstay heroes. I love this image done by Michael Turner, and this really does sum up the iconic images of how they should be drawn in the new 2000s. Loved this issue. They came out strong, and I'm giving this one an A. Now, in 2004, DC felt like they needed to kind of match some of the things that Marvel were doing. So this was their huge tie-in crossover, Identity Crisis, and it dealt with wiping the minds of some of the villains, especially Dr. Light. And some of the villains got to be murderous and dark, and secrets came out. I loved the writing. Every issue, it had revelations. But this cover here was another done by Michael Turner. Of course, they're all going to be. But you feature Zatanna and Black Canary there on the cover. And I love when they finally put the female leads in the forefront there. Now, these are some of the heroes that kind of break off from the group and think things should have been handled different. They didn't mind doing some dirty deeds, and Zatanna did agree to wipe the minds of some of the villains there. I love the black background here, that illuminating source right in the middle, these other heroes that you don't usually see. Usually it's Superman, like that other cover here. This is another great one, and I'm giving it a very strong A. Alright, next up is number 3, and I absolutely love this cover. A lot of the heroes thought that Deathstroke had something to do with the murder, so they went after him, and you got to see what a strategist and what a great villain Deathstroke is. I didn't really know him before this comic book, and this one really put him in the spotlight. I always thought he was just a B-lister. I liked when he'd show up, but here, you really got to see what an amazing character he is. He took down all of these heroes here, and you get to see methodically how he does it. I wish they would have colored it a little brightly here, but I kind of like that it's dark, and you want to know who is it that brought down all these heroes. Love Michael Turner's take on this one, and again, I'm giving this one a very strong A. Next up, we got issue number 4, and Turner decided to do a very dark, silhouetted image here, and it's Wonder Woman holding her lasso of truth there. And this is where they got to find out what happens, and she can make anybody tell the truth if they have that lasso wrapped around them. But what I like about this one is those highlights. Look at how the gold just seems to glimmer and shine there. I don't know how they did it, but that glowing effect is amazing. I love the highlights in her costume there, the body language on this one. Michael Turner is an absolute master, and I'm giving this one another very strong A. I love this series, and I know a lot of people were really turned off by it. But next up, we got issue number 5 here, and this is one that I wasn't very happy with. It shows a mourning Robin there. His dad actually dies in this series, and it's just this black window, and that would have been great if the rest of it would have been black. I don't know why they felt like they needed to do this blinding white edges there. They should have done the whole thing black, and for that reason, I can only give this one a C. Robin wasn't my favorite character in this one, and the fact that they brought him into it, it was just kind of a sideline thing that I didn't think they needed. Anyway, next up we got issue number 6 here, and you've got a mourning Batman, and he always seems like he's either enraged or he's crying. I'm tired of seeing a moping Batman. I hate that. When he's crying and defeated, I know that this was supposed to be an impactful, emotional issue, but it didn't work for me. It is great lighting, and I love the armature, how he built the muscles in Batman's arm there. I like that part of it, but I can't do anything better than a C on this one. There's all those pictures of the villains in the background there, but they're colored so lightly that you can't hardly make it up. It's a muddled cover, and I'm just giving it a C. I wish they'd have done a few things different. All right, next up and lastly, we've got issue number 7 here. And this one features just the costumes hanging on, it's supposed to be like a white wall or something. You got the symbols of the heroes there, but why not draw the actual heroes? You could have filled the costumes with the characters and had them mourning with their heads hung or something, but just their costumes there, what a weak way to go out. I don't know if Michael Turner was rushed for time or what, but this one failed for me. With so much potential to go out like this, you know what saves it from getting an F is the ring on the ground there. You've got Green Lantern's ring just laying there. And for that reason it saves it, but I can only give it a D. Alright, well now that we have them all ranked, why don't we go ahead and take a look at the ones in the A tier and pick our favorite. Alright, well I awarded the first 4 issues A's on this series, so let's go ahead and take a look at them. We got issue number 1 with that very symmetric image of the heroes and the coffin there. We've got issue number 2 with the kind of the B-list heroes there in the forefront. We've got issue number 3 with Deathstroke and these fallen heroes. And issue number 4, that dark one, silhouetted with Wonder Woman. I gotta say, it's not gonna be number 1 just because of that coffin in the cover there. That takes up so much of the image, and I hate that. I feel like it's wasted. I love this one, featuring those other heroes there. Oh, but it's up against this one with Deathstroke and Wonder Woman holding her lasso. Okay, it's not gonna be that one. So between these two, which do I like better? I gotta say, I gotta go with this issue number 3. I really do like this cover. It shows all of those heroes, the ones that kind of went against the stalwarts of the other Justice League. Hawkman, Green Arrow, Zatanna, Black Canary, Flash, and Kyle Rayner's Green Lantern up against Deathstroke. And again, Deathstroke proved himself so well. I love that he's just standing there holding his sword, and they actually put blood on the tip of his sword, like he really did defeat those heroes. It was a gory, bloody battle, and there was a cost. I love that when you feel the impact of a battle, and this one captured that flavor. Well, thank you for joining me tonight. That was a lot of fun. Let me know if there's any other runs, issues, titles, authors, or artists you want me to rank. Thanks again, and have a great night.